Come on now. Smile for the camera. Come on. Wait a minute. We do it for the selfie. Now can we do it for school? And this is what I'm really asking and breaking down. It seems that our classrooms become our safe havens, and that's where our space is, and it's comfortable, and it's ours, and whatever happens in the classroom, it's like we are the conductors of our own orchestra, and what happens. So when somebody comes in for another teacher observation, it kind of breaks up the flow, it breaks up the rhythm. And my question to you is, how can we just turn around and start building that self-reflective piece on our own self and in our own time and in our own space, so when those observation pieces come, it's not as intrusive? Here's what I'm talking about. How many of us just actually kind of freeze up, stiffen, or overthink something that we're doing just because somebody else is in there observing? So there's this one little bitty trick that I truly ask all of my teachers to do. And it's simple as recording themselves. Yes! No, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, the very first thing that you're thinking of is, I don't want to record myself. And the other thing you're thinking of is, when you record yourself, the focus is supposed to be all about you. No. Number one, let's be honest. We've all gained weight. So it's going to be there. And then another thing is that what happens is when you see yourself on camera, you start critiquing yourself. What sometimes doesn't happen is it goes more into a personal space about, oh, I didn't say this right, or I didn't do this right. And it becomes a teacher on teacher critique. When you're doing observations, hopefully you have someone who's actually evaluating the environment and what's happening in the classroom. And one way for you to start being able to look at that is to record the students. Yes, instead of having a camera that's focused on you and what you're doing, because you're taking your eye and you're once again becoming the main subject of your own observation. The key thing is what's happening for students. And if you simply just move your camera from being off your focus and moving it straight to just a whole school view of the classroom, now you can see that when you're talking, because you already know what you're going to say, and when you're working, how are students engaged? How are they communicating back and forth with each other? How are they communicating with you? What questions are they deriving? When do they actually tune out? And actually, all of the questions that you really need to be answered are the ones that the students will give to you. So please record yourself. Or record your classroom, because your classroom is an extension of yourself. But don't get nervous by putting a camera directly on you, because one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to spend more time critiquing you particularly versus the classroom environment as a whole. And that is what's important. Yes, you might slur a little bit. Slur a little bit. Yes, you might have a sharp accent. You'll still figure those things out. But what we really need to know is, how did Andre participate with the group? When you are at the board, whose eyes are on you? How do you redirect attention? What is the time span of your classroom? 60 seconds, 90 seconds. When you give instructions, how many people are following along? Is it too many instructions at one time? That's why that camera has to move and go towards the actual the students in the classroom, so you can do that observation. Trust me, when you do that, when a teacher or an observer or even your principal or administration come in to observe, you've already checked the ins and out of your classroom environment. You already know what they're going to see. You already know how your class is going to behave, and it's going to be a lot less stressful. All right? Trust me. This is Miss Jessie. I'm here just for any information. If you have anything you want to do, like or subscribe, definitely comment below. We're here to be able to talk and discuss things as educators, and really just people who are passionate about the purpose we have in front of our students. I'll check you later on another round.